So day 265 of Hey, What Are You Doing Today? Coming into the last 100 days, I guess, of this project is in terms of a full measured year. I kind of know that this project will go on much longer than this, whether or not I'm if I continue to record videos after day 365 of Hey, What Are You Doing Today? That'll be up to me, or if I start some kind of a new project. But it's the last 100 days of Hey, What Are You Doing Today? And just so interesting to see everything that's gone on. I almost feel, in some regards, some of the new knowledge that I've picked up in the last, let's say, even just a few days, if not the most recent week or so, or 2 weeks, has been so powerful that and come at such the right moment. And it's all been stepping stones off of knowledge that had come to me, from the very beginning. It's all been just all kind of stepping stones and branches of sorts. But this new knowledge that I've gotten, that I've been researching and studying, and some of the information that it's bringing to me, even yesterday, I got some kind of a peculiar religious text that I've never heard of before that I want to investigate a little bit more. But as this project, which was simply to, in its most simplest form, was to, change my physical health, and to start a small business of my own, has evolved into this huge quest for spiritual knowledge now. It is totally unexpected, but at the same time, it makes sense as I follow my timeline. But what I wasn't anticipating is, as I take in and learn more and more information, it's almost like it's changing my reality. I'm seeing things as I never would have seen them before. I'm thinking of things as I never would have thought of them before. Not only am I learning things on a spiritual level, I'm learning things on a scientific level, learning things on a historical level, learning to appreciate things in a different way. I mentioned a few videos back how now I take time once a day to study a work of art, and just very, very quickly. It's not like I'm studying art and philosophy, or a true quest for any art knowledge, but something that I've incorporated. And I'm getting hit with these gorgeous paintings and learning a little bit about the artist. And then I might, like today, I found out about a style, like I can't remember the specific word. I believe it started with a CH, almost like a Chiraxo, I can't remember, but it was a way of playing with shadows that a gentleman had developed in the 1500s. And after reading that and looking at the art again, I saw it in a whole different way. But it's been just such a great wealth of knowledge, and it's just impressed upon me how wonderful knowledge is, and how that knowledge develops itself into wisdom, and what a great feeling it is to have that, as I feel myself getting pulled back into the old world I knew, the old world I'm trying to develop out of, the old world I'm trying to overcome. As I feel myself kind of get wrangled and roped back into that world, this new wisdom immediately enables me to take myself from it, and it's such a beautiful thing. I don't want to pretend like I've gotten to a point where I've totally overcome myself by any means. I still recognize and sense and know when the weaker person I am is there, and part of the world that I'm in. But it's become much easier for me to stop myself from being that person, and that's huge. It's really huge. I feel like it's hard to be bothered. It's hard to be disturbed anything, any kind of wrongdoing. If just to something as simple as recognizing when it is my ego that's been offended, and how silly all that is. And all of a sudden now there's this peculiar bliss that comes from that wisdom. The other thing that was interesting, and I guess I should kind of talk about this to kind of document it. It's about a week or two ago I came across a guy, and I didn't know what to make of him, and I let him come into what I was doing, and I listened to a few of his things, and I really didn't investigate any further. But it was so funny, it was such a great precursor to this knowledge that I'm finding now. And that was his concept was eliminating the noise of that voice that's within our head, eliminating that noise of thought, eliminating thinking, and trying to concentrate on not thinking, and trying to concentrate on clearing that mental space. And I found that when I could do that, when I could consciously turn it off, when I could consciously let whatever small thought pass through my head just quickly pass and not really dwell on it, and just kind of concentrate on that absence of thought and that feeling that comes from that, it did generate a kind of bliss inside of me. And the more I could get away from that thought, the more that joy grew. And what was interesting is, I've researched other things, and now it kind of came back to a Christian element, talking about a very, ultimately the exact same thing. And in the Christian element, they talk about something called a Jesus prayer. And I try to stay away from getting too Christian, because I think I can speak for myself, but there's almost a stereotype that comes up, a wall that comes up, or would have come up in my past, the way I was in the past, where I wouldn't have listened anymore. I would have thought, oh man, this guy's a Bible thumper, Bible beater, whatever you want to call it, but it's completely different, because I'm also I'm open to spirituality on so many levels. But I wanted to talk about this because there's a Jesus prayer. It's a very simple prayer, and it's said to constantly say that prayer, to pray without ceasing, this small prayer. Where this idea comes from, I don't know. I haven't researched it that much, but it was interesting that in doing that and saying this one little prayer, and I believe it's roughly maybe 4 lines, very quick little prayer that I can recite over and over and over again. And what that does, that eliminates the voice. That voice of thinking too much, that voice of worrying about what's going to happen tomorrow, or considering the things that happened in the past and how they could have changed. And all of a sudden, it enacts the exact same thing. It enacts the exact same sense of, it's an elation and a calmness all at the same time. That's I know not a specific word to describe this feeling. I also, it's all over the body. There's 2 strong points that I can feel, one in the chest and one in the maybe the frontal lobe, just behind the forehead. But I can also feel it in my fingertips. I can feel it coursing through my veins. I can feel it from the tip of my toe to, I can track it down into one little hair if I want to. And it's such an incredible feeling. It's like nothing I've ever felt before. It's for lack of a better way to describe it, it's the purest, most gorgeous, beautiful high I've ever experienced, and it's and it totally is. And the interesting thing too is, as I carry that state, as I maintain that state as best I can, I sense other people sense it as well, and it changes my interactions with people, and it changes how people interact with me to begin with. It's so peculiar. Even if I don't talk to somebody or comment to somebody, they will come up to me and with a smile on their face and like they're happy to see me. And it's been 4 days now of really being aware of this. It's been 4 days. Is the strongest effect happened on on New Year's of this year, and it's January 4th. Even today, with falling back into my old self a little bit, it was easy to get back in that state. When I'm in that state, when I'm feeling that feeling, when I'm emanating that energy, whatever that energy is, whatever we as human beings decide to call it. So I think it's what I referred to as the ether in the very beginning stages. I've called it the Holy Spirit. I've called it the Tao. The Father, God. But if nobody's ever experienced it, I've got if somebody watching this has never experienced it, I'm sure quite a few people in this world have experienced it. It's just incredible, and I want to seek more information on it. I want to find more information on it, and it's such a valuable component to what I really want to do. It took me 260 days to really be awakened to it, and now I can't stop thinking about it. I can't, and it's not even thinking. It's a physical thing. It's almost like praying without ceasing. And in that prayer, there's an immediate response, an immediate answer, and I just been blessed with this new faith that everything's going to be awesome, and I can't wait for the next day. I want to get up tomorrow and feel it again, and the next day again. But just a truly fantastic thing to have come across when I was asking for help in overcoming a situation I was in where I felt overweight, felt kind of trapped by a job, and wanted a way out. And boy, this is the last thing I was expecting. But I just can't wait to see where this takes me. I can't wait to get to. Well, I shouldn't even say that, because I'm enjoying it so much now. I'm enjoying it right now for what it is. Day 365's got to be amazing. I mean, today is so amazing, and it's stronger. The more I talk about it, the more I think about it, the more I concentrate on it. This gets stronger and stronger and stronger. And it's such an interesting energy too, because I can go. If I get caught up in this energy, it's like I don't need to eat. I'm not tired. If I am tired, it's like this peculiar tired that I mentioned on one of these videos a couple days back, where it's like that tired that you get when you've out and you've done some kind of hard manual labor, and you're exhausted and kind of spent, but at the same time you kind of feel good. You kind of feel good from what that energy generated. But that's the kind of tired I feel. It's almost like an elated tired. Well, I have no idea what I'm talking about. It's kind of funny. That was like the first thing I said on day one. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I have no idea what I'm doing. I think is what I said. I have no idea what I'm doing. I still don't have much of an idea what I'm doing, but I gotta keep at it, because it's incredible. It's amazing. What a friggin' thing I've encountered. I don't think I'm going crazy. Could sound like it. But anyway, that's day 265. 100 more to go. Hey, what are you doing today? Thanks.